Welcome to Weeping Willow Homestead. Today I have a food pantry haul for you. This is our local small town church run food pantry. They allow you to come in twice a month. It's once every 2 weeks is they're open for a morning. And you get to shop, which means you get to pick and choose what you want, which is nice for like my family. My husband and I have to eat low carb for health reasons. And we generally try to watch how much processed food we eat and like the kids eat, just because we feel so much better when we don't eat too terribly much of it. Obviously, being on a budget, that makes things interesting, and getting food from the food pantry makes things interesting. But it's one where if they have a selection of cookies or something, I might choose the healthier option on the cookies or the crackers. And a lot of times I end up picking things that other people don't, because they look at it and go, ew, that looks gross, or I don't know what to do with that, those kind of things. So yeah. All right, we're going to jump in. This is going to take at least 2 rounds, so bear with me. Let's see what we were blessed with. First things first, come on, y'all, a whole turkey. I actually still have a whole turkey in the freezer from this fall that we got from the food pantry, and I have just honestly been putting off doing anything with it. My intention is to cook them down, can turkey with broth, and then use that for like soups, but then also like broccoli chicken Alfredo, although it would be broccoli turkey Alfredo, casseroles, pulled like barbecue turkey on pizzas, all kinds of stuff. And I have not been feeling well, which is a big part of it. I've spent most of November, December, and a good portion of January out of commission if you're new. So I just was very, very unwell. So I just have not had the energy or the mental capacity to do that. So I really need to get that done, especially right now would be a great time to do it because the garden hasn't started and all of that. Anyway, whole turkey, awesome, amazing. We got a pack of romaine hearts. There were 6 oranges. I have 5 kids. I pulled out lunch stuff when we got home, so I already peeled the 5 of those for them to eat. There is this Good Culture cottage cheese simply pineapple, and it's actually pretty low carb. It's only 4 grams, so I will probably end up eating that because I love some cottage cheese. There is another of the angel food cake, and what I did is I just kind of sliced it into small slices and then put the whole container in the freezer, and my kids would eat a slice of it for breakfast, just kind of like they would with a muffin. So it worked out great. They rewarmed really quickly too in the toaster oven. There is a Screamin' Sicilian loaded pan extra pepperoni smashed under. So I know my kids will enjoy that for pizza dinner. We always do pizza on Fridays, so that's going to come out. There are some organic zucchini noodles, always useful for me. A pound of ground beef. There are, I went ahead and put the other ones in the refrigerator. There are 5 of these, 1 for each of my kiddos. She let me do that. We weren't supposed to get that many, but I passed on, they had oat milk that was sweetened, so I passed on it, and creamer, coffee creamer. So I passed on it. So she's like, yeah, go ahead and take 5 of those. They have had these for forever, and I kept passing on it because I don't know. This seems weird. They're not refrigerated. They're not frozen. They're shelf stable, apparently, but it weirded me out. So I went ahead and picked up a couple, and I am going to can them, and that will make me feel a little bit more comfortable about them being shelf stable. But it's just marinara sauce. And so I thought, hey, for pizzas and spaghetti and those kind of things, they have a bunch of them and couldn't get rid of them because it's a large quantity of pasta sauce. I mean, they're massive. So yeah, I'm going to can it up and make it good use out of that. I picked up 2 of these anchovies. Anchovies are a great source of omega-3 fatty acids. And most people don't want to eat them because, ew, anchovies. So here's the tip. Take one of these boxes and smash it into a couple of cans of tuna. Okay, make tuna salad out of it or use it in like tuna noodle casserole, something like that. Smash it up really, really well. And you don't taste the anchovies, but you get the health benefits of it. So that's my little tip there to get anchovies in because they are really good for you. There's this adorable little thing of apple juice. There is a thing of chicken ramen noodle soup that my 2 oldest will probably eat at some point. Some creamy peanut butter. These are bite-sized edible cookie dough. That will be a dessert option on Fridays when we have dessert. There's these strawberry beet puffs. I use these. My youngest 3 kiddos do not want to go to their children's class at church. They find it too loud and crazy, and I am completely fine with them sitting with me, so I always make them like a little cup of snack mix, and this is one of the things that I've been putting in it. There's a whole box of this fiber and protein squeeze pouches. This is my go-to for my youngest. She's 3. If she is still hungry after a meal, I will tell her to get one of those, or I keep some in my purse, and that way when we're out and about, she can have one of those. Some classic dill pickle spears. We're going to do these right quick. Some fajita sauce. These grilled peppers sounded really good. I will probably put those in eggs for breakfast because I eat eggs for breakfast every morning and they get kind of boring. So I have learned to put some other stuff in them. These throat coat, sore throat lozenges. I thought those would be handy. Obviously, we're coming to the end of cold and flu season, but you know, we always get one of those late spring colds. 2 rolls of toilet paper, some dish soap, which was awesome because I hand wash all of our dishes, so definitely going to get that used. Some tea tree oil mouthwash. I thought that sounded interesting, and it's spearmint flavored. And then they had a bottle of free and clear detergent, which is what I have to use for all of my kiddos, and I just got, this was leaking. So it's on my fingers now. Ew. So then this is a keto bread. I still can't eat it because it's not gluten-free. It's made with wheat, but I figured I would have it for my husband because he misses like peanut butter sandwiches and those kind of things sometimes. And then some raisin cinnamon bagels for the kids for breakfasts. So, like I said, this is round 1. I'm going to go run around like a chicken with my head cut off and put all of this stuff away, and then I'll be right back. Okay, round 2. Let me catch my breath. I'm not kidding. Like, I run around like a crazy person. It's hilarious. All right, so we picked up another one of the 12 packs, right? 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12. Yeah, 12 packs of, we did the lemon lime this time because the boys really liked those. And then they had a small case of the sparkling water. Yay. Chips. There's some nacho cheese chips, some potato chips, some pork rinds. These were really good. They're spicy, but they're really good. They have that just slight sweetness to them. A huge bag of Skinny Pop popcorn. I might save that and do that for like a movie night or something like that. A thing of the Boom Chicka Pop. That makes me giggle every time I see it in the store. And it's the dark chocolate kettle corn. We got this last time, and I'm not kidding. I got myself into so much trouble with that because I was eating way more of it in a serving than I should. Really, I need to eat like maybe half a cup and a whole lot of protein with it, and I was doing more than that. So, but my daughter was like, please, Mom, because she ate some too. So I picked it up, and I will behave myself this time. Some Asiago and pepper jack cheese wisps. I have never had this flavor before, and that sounded so good. A buffalo style chicken meat stick that sounded delicious. I love having these because it's something that I can throw in my purse that is temperature stable, doesn't have to be refrigerated, and then I have it for if I get hungry when we're out. Some sweet Maui onion flavored macadamias. I picked up last time we were in some rosemary ones, and they were delicious, and I'm so excited to try those. All right, some random granola bar type things, some whole wheat spaghetti, and some, I am not going to attempt to pronounce that, but they just looked fun. So, thought I would make macaroni and cheese with that at some point in time. Some raw organic sugar that I will feed to my water kefir. And I will try to make a video of that. I have had a couple of people ask me how I do my water kefir, so I really do need to do a video on it. I'm just trying to figure out how, because I don't have a tripod or anything like that, so it would probably be like my 13-year-old standing over my shoulder holding it for me. So I don't know, we'll see. She ended up, between me and a friend of mine that goes there, she ended up giving us all of these because she's like, nobody else is going to take these. They had these a long while back, like probably when we first started going to the food pantry. And they were so good. They had these and artichoke hearts in this Poshy brand. And I used them on salads. I put them in my eggs in the morning. They were so delicious. So she's like, nobody else is going to take those. Just take all of them. So each of us got 5 packs, and I was so very happy about that. Several snacky type things. These are some fig bars that will go in the snack box for my kids. These are strawberry stuffed oat bites. And we actually ate some of those on the way home. She had some that were already out, and so we tried some of those. I tried one of these on the way home, and these are not sweet. So if you have a sweet tooth, this is not the way to go. But they tasted, and even texture-wise, just like chocolate chip cookie dough, just not sweet. So definitely didn't mind them, and yeah, I will gladly eat the rest of those. I don't think my kids would like them. They're not. Yeah. I have picked up something similar to this before, and my husband really liked it, so I did it again. Some maple leaf cookies. I had to laugh. We got like a box of these, like boxes of these in the fall, and the kids just ate the last of them last night. I just opened the last box. We were kind of slowly eating through them because they were a favorite of a couple of my kiddos. So I thought it was funny that they had some again. These Made Good soft-baked mini cookies, and there are pouches of them, so those will probably go in the snack box as well. Those are for me. She only had one package of these, and she's like, do you want these? She kind of set them aside, and she's like, I don't want people to fight over this one. A lot of times she's like, if she gets like 1 or 2 items, she will set it aside, and when a larger family comes through, she will give them that one item rather than having to find table space for it, that kind of thing. So most times she has like 10 boxes of this and 20 boxes of that. So this was something that she's like, I'm going to set this aside and see if you want it. And my kids love having breakfast for dinner, so we went ahead and picked it up. Some white chocolate baking chips, and these are a really good brand if you are eating low carb, because they are stevia sweetened, and that's all their products are like that. So I got a huge handful of these Tony's Chocoloni, and this was a caramel sea salt flavor, milk chocolate caramel sea salt. So those will be for treats for the kids, and like snacky dinners, those kind of things. This would also be for the kids because it definitely was not low carb. Woof. But they love that. And then this would also be for the kids. And these are, hang on just a second, let me open it because I want to look at them. Okay, so a few minutes later, and my kids saw me opening it, so they asked if they could have some. So, they are mini. Look at, like, they're teeny tiny little chocolates. So, yeah, that's what that is. That's what I wanted to see, was to see how mini they are, and they're adorable. So, those will definitely be a fun little treat for the kids to have, and they're just so cute. So that's what I wanted to see, and then they were like, can we try some? So I let them each pick a couple. So that is everything. Right. It's always a madhouse when we get home. The kids help me unload the vehicle. And so I am constantly walking around the kitchen having to make sure that they carried in all the bags and the boxes and where the bags and the boxes are, because sometimes I have found them in completely different rooms because the 3-year-old is helping. Or like they're on one side of the counter and the other side of the counter and behind the chairs, and yeah, it's just a madhouse. So I have fun trying to organize all of this and get this out. This usually takes me, well, let's see here. We got home about 45 minutes ago. That's how long this takes me to do. So that's why I always try to do the cold stuff first. All right. So that's everything. Huge blessing. Once again, I'm so thankful for the workers at these places, the people who donate food, the companies that donate food. A lot of these things are like out of date or really close to being out of date, or well, that one's definitely not. Or they have overbought the amount of stuff. Like this is the cans or the case has gotten wet, so the case doesn't look too great, and so it's one of those where unfortunately it sits on the shelf at Walmart and nobody picks it up, or Aldi. I think that's Aldi brand. So it's just one of those where a lot of the things are things that are going to go in the trash. They're going to go in the dumpster, and so by going to the food pantry, you're helping yourself, plus you're helping our country to reduce some of the food waste. It is estimated that in America, we throw away 30% of the food that we grow and produce. And it's because of things going expired on the shelf, or apples and tomatoes that are bruised and so nobody wants them, or there's a large quantity of produce that never even makes it to the stores because of blemishes and those kind of things. That's where the Imperfect Foods, I think is the name of it, that's like the mail order fruits and vegetables that you can do. That's where they step in and they try to kind of bridge that gap, those kind of things. So it's a lot of food that would otherwise go in the trash because it's expired, or because it's smashed, or because it's just not pretty, or because they ordered too much of it. It's always a ridiculous thing. But anyway, all right. If you need help, get help. Link in the show notes, the description of this description of this video that gives a resource of how to find food pantries in your area. If you need help, please get help. Please get help. Please get help, because the help is there. They want to help. The food is there. It needs to go to homes rather than in trash. So seek it out. Check into all your local resources. Humble yourself just a little bit. I cried the first time I went to a food pantry. And get the help that you need. Whether it's to pay the bill, to put food in your kids' mouths, to get to the dentist. If there's things that you're putting off because you don't have the money, but you know that you need to do it, go to the food pantry. If you are barely making ends meet and one big oops, like a vehicle breaking down or a hot water heater dying, is going to throw you over the edge, go to the food pantry. If you are working and both your husband and you are working and you just can't quite make ends meet, that's called the working poor. It's a thing. Go to the food pantry, okay? Just that little bit of help. We're on no other government assistance. We're not on food stamps. We're not on housing aid, anything like that, because we don't need a lot of help. We just need this little bit, saving us a couple $100 a month on groceries to just kick us in the right direction. So go get help. I'm giving you permission. Don't care what your mama says, what your auntie says, what your best friend says. I'm giving you permission. I'll be your mama. Honey, go to the food pantry. You need help, all right? So, once again, thank you for watching. I hope you have a great day. Goodbye. God bless. I'm going to go take a nap.